tell the camera what you just told me. What happened on the night of October 20th?
So I was working the library late one night, and it was getting dark. I worked for so long that all of the other people around me had left for the night, and I was sitting there, alone. Then, I heard a scream coming from one of the lower floors. I was terrified. I thought everyone else had left for the night, so I stayed right where I was. But soon enough, the person who had caused those screams was on my floor. I didn't know what to do, so I hid under the desk and just hoped he would go away. He lingered for a few minutes, but eventually took a computer and left.
It was a pretty cold night, and my friends wanted to go for a run by the lakes, but I didn't have my jacket. I knew that I always kept one in my car, so I headed out there as fast as I could. When I was locking my car, I turned to head back to my friends, and I saw a rather suspicious figure in a white hood. I stayed by my car to make sure they didn't steal it, and it was a good thing that I did. While I was standing there watching, the hooded figure was able to pick a lock on a car just a few spots from mine. They were pretty quick, too. After just a few seconds of trying, they had succeeded in getting into the car. I ran inside to get my phone and call the police, but by that time, the crook was long gone.
Let's see, October 20th. What was that, Tuesday? I must have been leaving my communications class in the basement of Lockett. As I got close to my dorm, there were two suspicious looking people hanging out in the dark corner. I thought nothing of it, and I went to the stairs to my floor, and then out of the corner of my eye, I see someone dressed in dark clothes taking a bag full of white stuff from a person in a white hood. I had seen enough cop movies to know what was going on, so I went inside before I could be involved with any of it.
My mom had always warned me that nothing good happens after 2 a.m., but I didn't believe her. I had always had fun with my group of friends way later in the night, and I thought it was just something she made up to make me come home at what she called a reasonable time. After the events of October 20th, I made sure to get home before midnight every single night.
What happened to you?
I was hanging out in the Enchanted Forest, you know, the place by the Five and Kirby Smith. I know I shouldn't have been there that late at night, alone, and the loneliness was starting to get to me, so I headed in. Just as I began to walk towards my dorm, two figures ran into the same area as me. One seemed to be chasing the other, and not in a friendly or playful way. The one being chased tripped, and a split second later, the attacker was right there as well. The victim tried to get away any way that they could, even resorting to crawling when getting to their feet became futile. It was all over merely seconds later. The body lay still on the ground. I wish I could be more helpful.
It's okay. We found her.
And that's the story of how I studied for my criminology final.